To know more, feel free to contact us.
All right, so let's get started. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Aisha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I hear your baby's crying. This baby's talking or crying. I think Zara is having issues. Can someone help her? Okay, so let's get started. Let's see. Okay. Let me do the. Okay. Hey everyone. We are actually going to spend an hour, maybe a little longer, about our recent some features we have added, and then we are going to actually do some testing activities. This will be included, we call the functional testing and exploratory testing. So we will know more details about this, but I just want to check how the QE actually doing. I want to check their actually the capabilities and competency, how much they understand, and based on the what they have learned so far. So let me allow 40 days here. So you're waiting for Zahara now. Okay. Let's go back here again. So because this is not any like a theory, this is actually the recent we just developed some very good functionality, and the expectation is everyone should be able to okay. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys all hear me?
Yes.
Hey guys, sorry, thank you for joining. So the expectation is you guys will be learning some, of course, you know the functional testing very well, what it is, everything actually the functional testing, whatever you see. Then we actually divided them, some of the testing we actually call the specific name. The functionalities we have added on the Agile ALM and the TS4U, and we have made some integration. So we have Fadia. She's actually our product owner. So she has written the user story. So she kind of understand actually what has been done. So with this session, we want to accomplish some of the testing. I want to check you guys how much you guys understand, and then that will actually give me idea how much you were able to actually pick up so long. Okay, so let's actually quick go over the buzzword. So functional testing is a quality assurance. I took it from the wiki, so you guys know that. It's a QA process and type of black box testing that bases it test cases on the specification of the software component under test. So black box means you do not know the code. all the UI. That's called the black box. Okay, so anything you do on the web, mobile, everything is the black box. White box is only the software developer when they write the unit testing to actually write the code to test the code. That's called the white box testing, and it is actually done by the software developer based on the programming they write the code. So functions are tested by feeding them input. Of course, we provide the data and we export to examine the outcome. And the internal programming structure is rarely considered. So again, unlike white box, because you don't know. So functional testing is conducted to evaluate the compliance of a system or component with specified functional requirements. Of course, now we know the user story, we know the requirements. And functional testing usually describe what the system does. So we know this as well. Once we put some input, we are expecting the outcome, so we know how the application is functioning. So now let's go to the exploratory testing I got from the wiki. So it is an approach of software testing that is concisely described as simultaneous learning, test design, and test execution. That's its testing called. Cham Kenner, who coined the term 1984, defined exploratory testing as a style of software testing that emphasizes the personal freedom and responsibility of the individual tester to continue optimize the quality of his work by treating the test-related learning, test design, test execution, test result, interpretation as the mutually supported activity that run the parallel throughout the project. See, so many testing the same. They want to say it is like what is called the continually optimize the quality of his or her work by treating the test related learning, test design, and test execution, and test result interpretation. Okay, so let's see what we do. So what are the recent changes? We will know. And what do we consider looking at the changes? And what do we need to verify looking at the changes? What is the consideration for this testing? How to start testing looking on the Agile ALM, and how to start testing on the TS40.us, right? Someone just came in. Let me allow them. Ashraf. Okay. Good. Let's go see. So that's the functional area. We are going to look on the Agile ALM. Functional testing on the TS40. What do we need to start testing? What type of testing do we need to do? How to prepare test data? What to test on the TS40.us? How do we create bugs for this testing? So two type of testing we found so far. Now the third type of testing of this changes. What do we do to verify both platforms? What test steps do we need to take to ensure both platforms are ready for the integration testing and validation? What are the pros and cons that can happen? And what do you consider before integration testing? Where to start to verify the integration testing? And the exploratory, how do we the exploratory testing on both platforms? What do we look for during the testing? How do we create bugs for this testing? And are the bugs process different than another type of testing? Open Q&A. Do you guys have any question? Did you guys understand this? You guys can ask the question before it start. Any question so far? Aisha, any question? Do you guys hear me? Am I dead? No. Okay. Okay, good. So Faria, can you go over the user story we have actually written and what we are trying to solve? Go ahead, Faria. Faria, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So what did we do so far with the recent changes? What is the benefit? And talk about the user story.
Okay, so the recent change, the biggest one we had, giving warning notifications from Agile LM. So the
Okay.
users are not active in the Agile LM for certain periods of time, for 5 days or 7 days, then they will be getting email and
No,
notification.
just talk about the integration between the Agile LM and TS40. The dashboard, the my progress.
Oh,
Yes.
hold on. Okay, so yeah, there was a big change on the my progress under my program.
Okay.
So the integration was that from Agile LM, all the tasks we created, the user stories, and whatever, and then retroboard and the sprints that was created, all of that is now in the my progress section. So from now on, they're added to your um, overall performance. So from now on, you can look at like all the work you did on Agile ALM, the total work in your My Progress section.
Got it. It's good. Anyone has any question? What actually we did? Ashraf, do you have any question? Did you understand that?
Yeah, understood. I don't have any question.
Good. Or anyone has any question?
No.
Okay. So let's say if you want to, so there is there is two the platform involved, right? And there is actually the two backend, two user panel, and two the admin panel. Means there are four the web interface means web component involved. That's Monica. Ashraf again. Who came? Who came again? Sorry. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. So there are actually the web the component involved means the epic. You can call the this one and the Agile ALM and the admin, and the two backend means the Agile ALM backend and the TS40 is backend. So it means the major platform they're working with each other. They're talking to each other. So of course, when you talk the backend, it means they're actually the API are connected. Do we agree with this? Any question on it? Did you guys understand this? The API
Yeah.
part? Okay,
Yes.
so we're good on that. So now the this all this part, right? Did you so if you look at it, let's say you don't know anything what she said, correct? And then if you just look at it, and then as you see both application, actually there is you can do the functional testing. In the function, you can do the positive, you can do the negative, of course all your regular testing, and then at the same time you can do the exploratory testing as well. But so if I ask you a question, Ashraf, how can you start testing in the what will be your testing approach in the like if since you heard the requirements from Faria, so how do you think you can test?
To test the connectivity between both websites.
You just tell your approach, the changes we made, how you are going to test.
Well, first, if I want to see the changes, then I can go make some changes in Agile LM and refresh in TS4U, and I can see the integration between both of the websites.
Got it? What else?
Um, I think they will be it to see if it's functioning and everything, and then there's further stuff we can do to make test cases and automation and all that.
Okay, what else?
That's all I can think of right now.
Okay, so Aisha, can you go over? So you saw the requirements in the both platform, and if you want to test this, how you go after, like the what will be your testing approach? Just in general. Aisha, can you hear me?
Yes, I think I will test the API and the Swagger and then move it to the Postman and start testing and then write the test data.
Okay, yeah, continue. Go ahead. There are a lot of lots of changes happen.
um, and then write the test cases, and then attach it in the Agile ALM.
Oh, that's the yeah. What else?
Um,
What are the thing you can think of? Okay, let's go, Mahin.
So I'm gonna test Agile ALM and the TS for you first separately. Then I'm gonna make changes in one platform and go to the another platform, see what changes in one platform do the changes in the other platform. I'm gonna do integration test in between them. Then I'm gonna write like manual test cases for like positive test and the negative test if something does not, like if I like something, if I use like unexpected value, how's the both platform react to it, uh these kinds of stuff. And I'm gonna run like API testing, then like
Nice. Okay. Let's Zahara. Go ahead, please. Zahara, how do you plan to test this? Let's say you understand the functional testing,
Mm-hmm.
positive, negative, GUI, and you know the both platform very well, at least more
Mm-hmm.
or less as
Yeah,
of now.
yeah.
So tell me
Mm-hmm.
your approach. What you will do?
Uh, I will check both on Agile ALM. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'll check Agile ALM and the TS for you. The progress where it shows, um, like, okay, it's like API. I'm sorry.
No
I'll
answer.
just listen. I'll just listen.
No worry. Who else want to talk? Who else? It's fine.
Uh, Maybe we will start different test method.
No, you talk all you want. You say all your approach.
Okay.
That's the question was.
Okay.
Like everybody said what they will do. You tell me what you want to do, how you want to do.
Okay. Maybe first I will check if the both platform is environment is okay for both platform.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I will start with the different testing. Um, like it's, I don't know.
Okay. Pranta, you heard everybody's answer. What do you think? Whose answer was the most appropriate? Whose answer could be better? Hello? Huh? Did I add him? Oh, I just added him. Okay. Pranta, can you hear me now? You got connected.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes. Did you hear everybody's answer?
No, unfortunately, I couldn't hear everyone's answer.
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. What happened? How many people I need to add? I thought I added you guys. Okay. So, my gosh, mine got a plus.
But you want me to go again?
Yeah. What happened? Why didn't you try my how mine got a plus here? What happened? How come the other people was not that telling the same thing? So the functional testing is of course you have to. I think Ashraf you touch, but we I wanted everybody expand just your regular the flow. Of course
All right,
you
I can go. I can go
okay,
explain it again, like
yeah
how
go
I
ahead.
would actually do it.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. First of all, I would read the user story and requirements and understand the requirements, and then I'll go do a smoke test before the software. Before it's before you guys release the functions and stuff. So on the smoke test, I can do some manual testing first and see if I make the negative and positive test cases and if it's meeting with the end user stories. And then if it works, I'll go ahead and automate some where on the Agile LM I'll make changes and I'll check on the TS4U websites if it's actually raising the points and the numbers, if it is actually working like that. And for the, I'm not sure how I'm gonna find out the you know how in 5 days the website's gonna,
No, no, don't
well,
worry about that. Don't worry.
uh,
Just only this functionality.
well,
Only
just for
this.
this functionality, I think my first approach will be doing manual testing, and then we'll do the automation if needed to see the integration between both of the websites.
Sure. What will be the prerequisite for the integration testing you think of?
Prerequisite. Well, I have to have the accounts on both of the websites, and I have to have permissions to access permissions to make the changes.
What do you mean?
And
Make
like,
the changes where?
sorry.
Make the changes where? What type of access permission do you need, and where do you want the access permission to be changed? That to be do you have?
Well, on TS4U, I need to create an account, and I need to be connected in a program where
Okay,
my
yeah,
progress can be shown, right? And on
you're
the
good.
Agile ALM, I need to be added to a organization too, and to a sprint, or or all the tasks and stuff where I can open, close task, or make stories and everything. So these are the prerequisites I need. And to go further, I obviously need a browser and this and that, all those
Okay,
stuff. But
got it.
mainly, I need the access permission from the admin on Agile LM, and I need to be added on one of the program on TS4U.
Got it. So, but what happen if you do not have the access permission in organization? Can you still do that?
If I for the from what I know in TS4U websites, if I
Where-
don't have on Agile LM,
Yes.
from what I remember, I need to be connected in the Agile LM first.
Uh,
Like I need to
the
be given access.
Zara, what he said, is it true? Zahara, he said he needs to be added in any organization. Is it true, or he can still test it?
I think he can still test it. He has to be like, maybe he's thinking he has to be part of the project, but this is other than project, so he doesn't have to.
That is correct. Ashraf, you don't need to, because you as of now you can create your own organization. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know I can do that, but is it gonna be linked with the TS4U if I create my own organization and work on it? To see
So
the progress and everything in the TS4U websites, I have to work
yeah,
under that organization, right?
Faria, what do you think? He asked if he creates the his own organization and the project, and is it going to work as part the integration? He's trying to ask this question: is it going to work?
I mean, if he's trying to test it, it could work. But
Okay,
first, he has to be connected. First, he has to have that same account on the TS4U portal.
that's a good question. So you are
I'm
saying
so what I'm
I
thinking
was
is,
thinking, like, since it's showing the progress from the Agile LM to TS4U, you need that same account. You need to let the admin team know. I mean, you can create your own organization and project, but you also need to create a separate account on TS4U portal as well. That same
actually,
account should be, I don't know if I can, if it makes sense.
actually this raises
isn't
a
this
question.
isn't
If
this based on the user story? And I have to make sure if I can still do that. Like that could be a different two user story. Like the new users,
but the your Ashraf, I don't think you fully understood the user story. The goal was everything you do, if you are part of the TS for your program, basically it will be captured on your my progress. But I'm scared now because we need to test it. Uh, do you have to have the same ID? Fadia, can you write down the question? Does the user have to be same ID in the both platform? I don't know. This is a good use case. But as for the Ashraf, it should work because the some of the APIs are the public. Public means anybody can access it, but nothing will work for them because until you are part of this, like you are part of a program, nothing you will see on your dashboard. Make sense? So you are asking if you have a different ID on the Agile ALM, then the TS for you, how it's going to work or not. Faria, write down this question, then we can talk.
So
Okay?
my
Yeah, go
account,
ahead.
my Agile LM account and the TS4U account need to be integrated together for it to get the progress from
Okay,
Agile LM, right?
let's talk about from your thought process how this should work.
Well, if I use the same email address, that can happen. If I open the account with the same email address on both platforms, then there could be a system to automatically integrate both of them.
Okay, what else?
That and or else there could be another one where if I open two different email, the admin can connect both of them manually.
Got it. Okay.
And how it works on TS40, what I have seen is when we open the Agile LM account, we send you the email and ask you to connect us to Agile LM.
Got it. Okay. No, definitely. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay, Farida, do you think it is going to work if you do not have the program on the TS40? Do you think it's going to work if you want to test it between the Agile ALM and the TS40? My progress.
I don't think so.
Okay. Aisha, what do you think?
No, I don't think so, too.
So you need to have a program, right? And the program need to be enabled. Then you should be able to see. Correct. So
Right.
we just need to
Yeah.
identify if like this is there are some issues. If you are getting the anxiety, if it is your task, you are getting it or somebody's task. Looking at this, okay, we're moving to the second round. Looking at this, Faria, you do not need to say it. What do you guys think the issues on this dashboard? Looking at this one, there are some issues on this dashboard. So what do you guys think? You go one by one.
But I have another question I wanted to ask.
Sure, go ahead.
Like another thing I'm thinking. So you know how said if I'm not connected in a program, right? And if I'm not connected in a if create I'm sorry, what I mean is if I can make my own organization and do stuff and which will show progress on the TS4U website, right? That won't
It
be
will
a good
not.
approach.
It
It
will
won't.
not.
All right. Okay, then that's good. Because I was thinking it
Because
won't be a good approach because somebody can create their own organization and increase their point by themselves, you know.
I did
yeah,
that.
Uh, yep.
I've done that.
they, you can do, but remember we do not track everyone, right? We only track who is in our actually the program, right? So people can we as of now the Agile ALM is open. Anyone can use it. Anybody can implement it. It's because it's community service. We did not lock it, but the question is, we don't know what they're doing. They are maintaining their own project. This is and that. That's it. But they will not be able to see their progress on the TS40 because they are not part of any program. Okay,
I have one question.
go ahead, please.
So whatever we do in Agile ALM, does this data get stored in the database?
In the Agile ALM database, yes.
So we can always like even though like people who are not part of the TS4U, whatever they does, their data is still on the database. So if they create account later on, we can always capture that data from the database from Agile ALM, right?
Yes. So the question you are asking, say an example, someone is using the Agile ALM and they are not yes for use any enroll program, but
Yes.
down the path, if they enroll any program, are they going to start seeing the progress? Answer is yes.
Okay.
Good.
Yep.
Is this the question you ask? Okay, got it. Okay. Yep. So what do you guys think of these issues? We just on the spot, on the fly, we just made up some like the dashboard and
Yeah,
looking
but
at
I just see one issue right now on the UI. That's about it.
sure.
I see an issue with the table formats.
Okay, that's
That's
so okay. Exploratory testing. Okay, so go ahead. What else? What else are the issues here? Anyone can say anything? What other issues?
I think user stories we're not supposed to create as a QA.
You can.
Oh no, okay, yeah, we can. If we are behind or something, we create a
Yeah,
user
you can create the user story. You don't need to. You are
story.
not supposed to. You are not solely responsible in any project, but absolutely you can.
Okay.
Not a problem. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's good. What are the issues you guys can think up on this dashboard?
Why does it say open user stories?
Which one?
It says total assigned open user stories.
What is this one?
No, that one. So,
This one?
so by open, you're just is just like the active state, the resolve state, all of that is considered open.
I think so. Probably. So let's go here.
Writing open is too general.
Yep. See, all you guys here. So that's I believe new active result close. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
go back.
So by active, you're including new, open, and resolved.
Kind of. I don't know. You
I
guys
believe
give the issues.
these are the three stories that were open and never closed. Like the user stories on each sprint, we have user stories. We
Mhm.
create a task from there. So these are the stories that were not closed, I believe.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah, you guys. There is more. There is. You guys can look more, and you guys can do more. Find out
Wait,
more issues.
wait. I don't know if I'm correct, but that one says it's 70 user stories created. So how come it says
Hmm.
3 user stories open and 1 closed?
Why not? Why it cannot be? Yeah.
If No, I'm talking about like 70 user stories created, right?
So if you do not understand, what will be the approach? For example, you did not understand this. What will be the approach to know or to identify the what is the details? What will be the approach to like get to know more details?
we'll reach out to the product manager or owner,
So
or we'll
user
talk
story,
about it in the Scrum meeting.
sure. User story, right? So
Yes,
Scrum meeting, of course, you are not going to talk in the Scrum meeting. You need to talk to the in the Scrum meeting with the specific people. Am I right? Like who is working on this user story, correct?
yeah. Isn't everybody gonna be in the meeting of as everybody of my development team?
Yeah, yeah, but exactly. But every developer is working on the something different, correct?
Correct.
You will be talking to the developer who is actually working on this, who is assigned for this user story, correct? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So plus you, of course you have the user story and you have the product owner or the business analyst. Okay. What other issue do you guys see?
I have a question.
Sure.
So can you like scroll up a little bit, like the user stories open? So this page basically shows our progress, right?
Yes.
So we open, so this thing, like this page says like you open 3, but you never close those user stories. So which means like you never completed the task. So the more user stories we open, it means, and we never close them, so it means it's gonna decrease our progress.
Mhm.
Is that like, is that how it works?
Can you repeat the last part again?
Like let's say we open 3 user stories but we never closed it, so is it gonna like decrease our like the progress, or what, like how would it affect our progress? Because we
So,
opened but we never completed it, so
so that's the problem, right?
yeah.
Technically, that's the problem. So we are expecting. So yeah, I think I do not want to say all this. Then you guys will know. This is a secret, right? But you got a good point. So the expectation is, you can look at it. Wow, I created so many user stories. I did not close them. So that's not good, right?
Exactly.
Okay, that's one thing you understood. What about the open task? The number two, this one.
So like the open one we can close at like any time whenever we have time, or during the sprint. So we might have that, like we might have a period to close them, but I mean, I don't know how this works, but that's what I can think of.
Okay,
Like the open could be like maybe we have like 2 weeks for them to close.
okay. So how you
By this,
test? How you are
based
going
on,
to? How
I'm
do you
sorry.
test this eight? Like now it is eight. If I tell you, you need to verify if it is the eight is real or not. How do you test it, Aisha?
I'm gonna go to my project and check the ones that I open,
And then
and then I'm gonna work on them and close them,
okay, and then
and then I'm gonna come back and check the progress.
okay, then
I don't know what's next.
you're almost there. Who can help her?
And then I'm gonna test them.
You just verify here if it is actually the. If you like a there is like you close two, right? So there should be six open, right?
Right.
So you should see here if six open or not. You,
Okay.
you are just literally the last part. You did everything. So you need to just literally in your last step of the test case, you just say open my progress and you are expecting six. Because the given you have a eight, right? That's your precondition, correct? This is your
Right.
pre given you have a eight, you go back to the agile ALM and you close two open tasks, correct? So that's
Mm-hmm.
good. Now you log in back to on this platform and you come back to my progress, okay? And then you're expecting six.
Okay, I have another question. So let's say I completed 2 tasks. Now this the open task becomes 6. So now the closed task become 5.
That's the testing. That's the
Okay.
reason we give you guys. That's the whole thing. If you
Can
guys
I add
want,
something?
yeah, sure, sure. You
Okay.
guys are getting
You can also check your task on dashboard, and then you can see it will show you how many are active or closed. So if you see some active, you can open it from there too.
that is correct. So that's pretty good. But the Aisha got a good point.
Mhm.
You see, the testing become complex, Aisha.
Yeah, it's very complicated. I mean, my I never got chance to work on the agile ALM too much, so I really don't know much about it.
No, it's not that much. It's a testing is complex. The first
Right.
we given the eight, we work on the agile ALM, we close two, so we are expecting open should be six. Now you
And
said, wow,
closed
wait a
would be
so
5.
it should be something should be here. So there is a prerequisite dependency, right? So
Right.
open task has a dependency of the closed task.
Like these two are like interlinked with each other.
That is correct, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. So now you have to verify that as well. So that's called actually the dependent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
So you just touch the surface, by the way. So basically, so if you're thinking, if you take a little bit time, deep breath on this like a little dashboard, you think how much testing you can do actually?
Yeah, a lot of
But I
tests.
see another problem
Yeah, go ahead.
with the spellings and stuff.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
letters, the first one should be capital
So we
for
are
all of them.
we're doing the exploratory testing, right? That's good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can. You have the if it is quick hit, what do? You just in the chat. If it is there are a lot of issues, then you create a bug. So of course, so Aisha, what else? Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so yeah, another question. So it says user story created. Like as a QA, we are not like we can create user stories, but we never like like we are not required to create them. So let's say I never created any user story in my project. So this would like bring my progress down because it says 0 out of 10. So don't you think it's gonna like affect my progress in the long run?
That's a good question. So you can say then this whole platform with this part means Agile ALM, the integration need to be designed in a way that it does not affect what I do. Correct? You can say that.
Right. Or maybe you can like maybe take off like this option like user stories created out of the QE and maybe just add it to the developers Agile ALM.
Now, what about you? If I see you created a lot of user history, that's a good thing. If a manager looks at it, manager will say, "Wow, this
But
QA
what
is
if I never get
actually
a chance to create a user story?
fine. That's fine."
But
So
but
the
what if I'm like really good in the other stuff? Like I created all the tasks, I completed all the tasks, but just because of the user stories, my progress is like really down, and then it affects my, you know, um, in the company.
so look at
Can I
this.
say something?
Go ahead.
So,
So look,
uh,
Aisha, we gave only 10, right? So it's nice, right? You are given only 10, not bad.
Yeah.
So not bad. You in a project you can create 10 user story, right?
Right.
But if
Okay.
you create a lot of user story, don't you think you are actually sending a message to the manager that you are actually good at in this application? You're very good at. That's actually the because writing user story means you know the application very well. Okay, so continue. Yeah, go ahead. What else? So you're doing the exploratory testing, and we are actually thinking some of the the between the functional testing and the integration testing, right? All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So the what about the if what happened if you want to if you are given the approach, what will be your like the how you'll do this, Aisha? Try again now, since you if you are given both and you are only
Both.
the GUI testing, not the API. Less the scope is you are the functional testing for the web, not the
So the
backend.
user interface testing, you mean?
Yes, yes,
So, so can you like repeat the question again? So if I've given the like GUI GUI
yes.
testing,
Now, what will be your approach? You have to test the both platform. How you will start and how you will end. How will you ensure that the standard testing has been covered at the same time ensure the quality and you found the bug or you raise the questions during the testing page.
I'm not sure. Can you like
Okay, someone else can try.
give a little hint so that
Go ahead, someone else. Zara, you want to try? Same questions like how you are going to test, what you will start with, what you will be ending with, where you start.
we will
And
start writing the user stories first,
that's good.
Good. Go ahead, Asha.
uh, and then we'll do the test case,
Yeah,
Yeah,
test cases,
test case.
positive,
and then
negative.
and then we'll set up the test environment, and then we'll execute the test.
Okay. Yeah, where?
Postman.
Yeah, the
No,
postman.
like you are not, you are still generic. You have to be specific. You have to precise.
We'll write the test cases in the Agile ALM, the user stories, I mean, and then we'll
Right.
start writing the test cases, and then the
What type
developers.
of what type of test data you can produce, and how would you prepare the test data for for this for this feature testing?
The test data.
Mhm.
Maybe Zahra can answer.
Anyone can try. I'm not saying.
Isn't it based on the user stories that's been written?
Sure, yes, but the how they are going to create the test data, and I want an example.
Like we'll create the test data in the in
No, no, you can create the test data anywhere. Give me an example. This is a test data.
You create the test data in the, like the spreadsheet,
Yeah,
right?
that is fine. We
there
can
will
use
be like
anything.
random email addresses and the username and the passwords,
Yeah, continue.
or maybe
Oh,
we'll take it from the database.
okay, anyone else? All I
So we
said.
take the
Yeah, go ahead.
so you take the user stories and you basically create positive and negative test cases first,
Yes.
and then
Okay.
you test them,
Okay.
right? If they pass or fail, and then you write it down.
Yes. All I'm asking, give me an example of test data.
Okay. Test data maybe would be for TS for you, like the information where we're getting TS for you and Agile ALM.
Yeah,
Or
go
no?
ahead. More. That's the. This is the two platform we are testing.
Yeah, yeah.
The how you. Yeah, how you can prepare the test data.
Hmm.
Tell me the positive test data for a scenario. Tell me the negative test data. What you'll be doing. Okay, so I'm answering this. So if you do the positive testing, of course, you have to have a user with the enroll. Okay, so your this platform is ready. If you want to do the negative testing, you need to again create another user ID, but you are not enrolled. So this side is ready to actually accept the data. On the Agile ALM side, okay, on the any of the user you created, and you creating a task, that's the test data. You open a user story, the create user story, close the user story, that's the task. You writing the query, that's the test data. You create the sprint, that's the test data. You are you are writing the query, you are doing the wiki, everything actually the test data. Don't you think so?
What do you mean by writing the query? You mean the database query?
No, you don't know
No,
Agile
just
ALM much here.
Jaleel.
Here, Agile ALM has the query.
Oh, okay.
You created.
So do you guys agree with me that those what is the test data here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or does it make sense? Because this is the because every app based on the application, based on the input, like it says on the functional testing, whatever you're giving the input and you're expecting the outcome. The input is the test data here. Anything you do, that's actually the test data. What is the input? Because you're testing your flow or testing a specific the button, testing a specific functionality. These are the test data. So in this case, open task will be the test data. The create the task will be the test data. Close task will be the test data, right? Even though you created one, so it's created. And if it is open, so you created two, one is open, one is closed. So you need to do the both in order to verify here, correct?
Mhm.
Testing is like this, so you really have to do both. Or you can do either way. You can do like a one time you open and you see it is open, and then you closed it, then it is gone from here, it is here. That's fine. Means you are playing with the one test data to verify both, but then you will not see the data here, you will be seeing the data here. Or if you open it again, you will not see here, you will be seeing here. So actually, to test the different functionality, you need the different sets of test data. Am I right? Looking at this scenario, these two.
But
Does it
isn't
make-
that a function that's working? I mean, how is it connected to the database?
I do not understand. Can you repeat
I
again?
mean, isn't that a function like we close a task and then we open a task? Isn't that a function? I mean, the
Yeah,
test data is usually the username, the name, the age, the address, you know? No, it could be anything.
yeah, that's the magic. And that's the magic. Any application you test. So how you are going looking at this one, how you want to ensure that this is working fine, this is working fine. Is there any other way you can ensure that? It does not say after you open a task, anything you write, that's the test data. It does not say that, right? It simply say your task is open, that's what is capturing here. Your task is closed, that's what is capturing here. It does not say what is inside the task. Means if you is task description is empty, if the priority is empty, severity is empty, start date. We did not say anything, right? We did not. We just simply said what? Just open a task, create a task. To test it, to prove this, you actually do the action. Do the action means you have to create a multiple task. Some tasks need to be open, some tasks need to be closed, and then you actually come and verify here. Am I right? Or there is another way?
No, you're right.
Okay. All right. So now the second question is,
I have one question.
yeah, go ahead.
Let's say, like, in Agile ALM, like anybody can create the task. Let's say Jahara created a task, and I went to that task and assigned it to me. Am I gonna see changes on my progress?
That's a good question. Write that down. Give to Faria. But before you give to her, you need to test it out, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? This is solely is ready for the testing. This is all. Yeah, you're right. Again, nothing you can in the user story. We just cannot say everything. It is just then it will be a feature. It will not be user story.
Yeah.
Right? So how all this the worms are coming out, all about the testing.
Yeah.
Hit the system as many as way possible, and you can see the outcome. Either the outcome is expected, or outcome is weird, or outcome doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Correct?
And
It has
I can always go back to like 2-3 weeks ago sprint, and I could change my task to open, close, active. So like I want to see all this, the data getting changes every single time I change it in the my progress.
exactly. Okay. Now the second question is we change there. Okay. How the question is how as user is going to see the impact here. So what do you know what does it mean? Who
Can you
knows what does it mean? I change on the Agile ALM. I did some of the work, right? And I want to. I logged in already here. I did not do anything. I'm still on this page. I made the changes here. Let's go make the changes. Let me do something. Okay, I did it. So what do you do?
Don't you have to assign it to yourself
Assign it
first?
to yourself. Yes.
Okay, let's go see. All right,
Yes.
done. So what do you do now? Okay, good. What do you do now here?
Well, if you don't
Refresh
see
the
any
page.
changes, you need to refresh.
So that's the question. So is the if we have 100,000 user, do you think the refresh is a if the user does not do the refresh and user complain, oh, I changed it there, I do not see here, right? User can say that. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Yes.
You're right.
Correct. So what should happen then?
It's automatic refresh after a few seconds.
Correct. That's the one. What else?
You can
Yeah,
refresh
that's
your
good.
page or you can log out and log back in.
I
No?
do what I want to.
Maybe when you create a story, the user story, it should give a message that you need to refresh the page.
Okay, now anyone can. You guys can add more. That's fine. Everybody's approach is right. That is not wrong anyone. But still, I'm lazy.
What if there's a notification that says my progress has been updated?
That's a good one too. What else? What else? Anyone has any other question? So another one is, I think the one who said the background refresh. There is one is under the hood, means the user doesn't know how. What is this called? I just I just did something and I went back here, or I'm doing something here, right? I'm doing something in the meantime. As while I'm doing it, also did what this one also got what already
Refresh.
Updated.
refresh. That's one. And what Faria said, that's also correct. Okay. Another one is what Faria said, that's called the real-time communication. I do not want to talk about this, a big one. That's called the real-time
Right,
communication.
but when
Okay.
you're changing your page, it's refreshing, right? Like when you're going from progress to my program, that is a refresh, right?
Yes, that's the kind of background is running. But I do not want to go there. But so there is, it will not refresh right away. Technically, it will not. In this implementation, it will not be, or visually will not say it is already refreshed. Let's say this is the correct word. Behind the scene, so the moment I made the changes here, actually there is a API call is made to the TS40. Okay, there is API is there is Agile ALM API is called TS40's API. TS40's backend API. TS40 backend look at it. Oh, it has to go to the user end, and the user is Ashraf. So TS40 actually send the request to the front end here. Okay, I got it. But still, I cannot see that. Still, I cannot see that because my page is still, I'm not touching anything, correct? It already happened. What we did, it already happened, but we do not visually see it. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
So how then I want to do something I can see right away. That's all. Now that should be the goal, right? Because this is important. It's an example. This feature is important. How that works.
Well, we need a program that's gonna update it real time, like
Yep.
real
So
time integration. I don't know the correct word for that, but
yep. So you said it right. It's a real-time integration, event-based notification or event-based triggering means there is something happen. If the another something need to be hit, it need to hit right away. So if we want to change the real-time communication, then in this feature, we need to implement the web socket communication. Socket is called the chat is the socket communication, correct? We just want something here like the chatting. Am I right?
Yes,
You guys,
why? I was also gonna talk about. We need that function on the TS4U chat box too.
You read my mind. I was about to talk about this too.
one second. So we want, if we want to see, say an example, we are not still happy. If we want to see the real time update, correct? So then we, what do you need to do? We need to what? We need to implement the socket.io. Means socket.io actually. So it is real time communication like the chat. Okay. So you guys wanted to say something about the chat? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, sometimes I open like two, three tabs, like for, getting notes or for the videos, and it gives me the notification on others too. And it keeps, even though I check it, it still shows on the other tab that it's there. I did not read it. It should change.
So you are in the two tabs, right?
Huh?
You are in the multiple tab.
Yes.
Okay. So now you are in the multiple tab. So tab number one, you already checked everything else, correct?
Yes.
In tab number two, you are
Uh,
expecting
the
all
notification
these
to go away
information to
automatically.
go away. But again, tab number two is still like this, is still like this. So
Hmm.
we need to do, what do we need to do? What someone said?
Socket communication.
It need to be no automated. No, chat is already socket.
Oh,
This tab need to be auto refresh.
auto refresh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This actually, the if you guys know the Jenkins, right? Let's see. Um, if you guys do this, let me see. How can I do something? How can I check the? There is a way to do the Jenkins. There is an option you can actually do the what is called the auto refresh. Okay, there is so many website you can see. Auto refresh means it will be after 5 seconds it will be refreshing automated way. So you want the each of the tab should be automated refresh in the background, correct?
Yes.
So now that there is a question now.
Hmm.
So when you want to continue on something, system get exhausted, correct?
Yes.
It is running. Now the question is, of course, we don't care the system get exhausted or not. But the second question is, well, we need to define, we need to refresh each 5 seconds. Should it refresh everything or only the important thing? Don't you think so?
That's the thing. That's the
Yeah,
thing I was gonna
that's what I was thinking. But like, what if she's writing something like important
right.
notes and the pages refreshes, so she loses everything?
That's a
Zara,
good one. Yeah,
look
that's
at
good. Yes, yes. It'll be gone.
this. Not
And
fall, right?
then Zahra will regret why she said that, like why she asked for the auto refresh.
Ah,
What
I
is
guess
it?
whatever is working, it's for good reason. You know.
Okay, so that's the came. The second question is we need to design, we need to decide what exactly I want to refresh. So now you need to put it in the logic word. If I am actually writing something, right? Hold, do not refresh, right?
Yes.
Or if it is asking every 5 seconds, do you want to refresh? That will be annoying, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So the best is the government website, they auto refresh each of the tab like every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay.
Hmm.
But the best practice is if you just do a hard reload, that's actually make a lot of life easy. Hard reload means just simply hit it. That's it. Done. Then it will be updated. Because if you implement, we just talked about, if you implement this tab auto refresh every time, there is a lot of chaos can happen. We just identified, correct?
Yes.
So we do not want that either.
Hmm.
It looked like it is adding some value, but it is adding a lot of chaos at the same time. Good?
Yes. Good.
Okay. So so I even did not touch so many things. So looking at this, like this one, there is a lot of testing you can do. To test this, you need to do the, first of all, if you are responsible, you need to do the testing in the both side heavily. Specifically, the Agile ALM is actually the giver, means the publisher, and this TS40 is a subscriber. Do you know why I said that? So publisher means TS40 does not give anything to the Agile ALM. That's the reason TS40 is only the subscriber. The reason I said the publisher means Agile ALM is continue, is giving. Giving means whatever is happening, it just send a data to the TS40. This is the reason I said the publisher. So now, if you design the TS40 with one the valid program and one just the regular user, means he not belongs to it, then your test data is good here. Okay, and then all you have to do in the Agile ALM. Now the question is Agile ALM. If you create so many the personal thing, like a personal, like the organization and project, do we really need to bring here? It's up to you, because the purpose of the Agile ALM is to know how to use the tools, how to actually work in the Scrum environment. I don't think it's a bad thing. You can do that. At least something is better than nothing. If you do not do anything, then it's not a good thing. But if you do, it's good. The another one is, the big one will be, you need to make sure how you know how many the task is created. So you need to do so many query in the Agile ALM. After you done all your work, you have to write the query for the task, open task, the close task, user story. So then you have a math. Okay, in your Excel, you have open task this. Then you can actually come verify here this whether they are reflecting or not.
Or you can add the open and the close task and see if it matches the total task created.
So that goes to the smoke testing, right? Then let's see. Like I'm just start testing, see if it is working or not. So that actually goes to the smoke testing. The one we are looking, the exploratory, the reason all of us, we know the Agile ALM and we know the TS40, both platform we know. Kind of we have the idea. So now we can explore. Exploratory testing is, since I have some idea, I will be just exploring, learning, testing, getting the experience. That's actually the exploratory testing. We know the positive, we know the negative, we know the regression, and of course everything is functional. Functional testing is black box testing. Exploratory testing is part of the black box testing as well. Now it comes to integration. Integration testing should come at the very end. Now you say why? Why is, you need to first test the Agile ALM API, then you need to test the TS40.API. So if you are not the QA, let the backend QA handle this. As a front-end QA, you go with the same approach. Once the Agile ALM front-end developer implemented this, so you will be testing the Agile ALM, all the UI testing. Of course, you have to prepare the test cases, positive, negative, and test data. Start testing because you need to collect them all. Not only testing, because you are not functional testing. This testing is actually different, right? Because this testing is not the functional testing. Means, oh, I'm not like the testing Agile ALM to test it. Actually, you are doing something and you are counting at the same time. How many tasks, how many user story, open task, close task. So actually you have to make an Excel so you can actually write all the numbering. Done. So now your GUI functional is done. Now your integration is start. Integration start means whatever you have done on the Agile ALM, you come back on the TS40 and you are verifying, making sure it is displaying as expected. Scenario is correct. Now, let's do a little bit difficult way. Suddenly, you are 7 days out. What happened? Then you should not be able to what? You should not be able to log. You are locked from the system. So now you have to add another test cases, unlock it from the operation team. Talk to the operation team, unlock it. Now you should verify if actually it refresh the data from the Agile ALM. That's the another scenario. Am I right? Another one is coming. How about we just deactivated you from the program permanently because you have caused some issues, you violated the program activities, or you are completely, you said you do not want to be here anymore because you do not want to continue the program is fine. What happened then? Then we will be actually deactivating you permanently. Means permanently we'll be deactivating you, or maybe like just deactivating you. So at this moment, you need to verify whether you are getting the data or not. So all this integration testing scenario you have to do in order to identify, in order to ensure this integration between the two systems actually working or not. These all are actually not talk to talk. Actually, you have to design each of the test scenario. You have to test it, and you have to say pass or fail. Then you can ensure the quality. That's the reason integration testing takes a lot of time. It takes because it's a complex, because you need to and the design the huge amount of test data, a tremendous amount of the test scenario. Then you actually test it back and forth, verify. One of the complex testing is the especially the integration testing, because another challenge is if you are part of the integration testing or two system or the three system, if you do not have the clear picture and the knowledge, then you will be struggling with the integration testing. And if you test it, it will feel like actually your testing outcome is not good because you do not have the enough the application knowledge and the platform knowledge. So this is the reason before you go to the integration testing, you need to have a good amount of the knowledge of the specific areas that you are responsible for the testing for the both platform. So those all you have to do. I think that's actually we wanted to cover. So let me see. Did I cover everything? I think we did it. Okay. So I think we did this. We did this as well. And what is the consideration for the testing? We discuss about it back and forth. How to start the testing? I said we are actually talk about it. And did we cover everything here? You guys can look at it. How do you create the bug? Okay. So how do you create the bug? It is the same way actually. And integration testing bug actually is complex than the functional testing, means you are actually testing one application. Do you guys agree with me?
Yes.
Well, because you need to explain the both system, right? Nitty-gritty details. You need a lot of screenshot. So integration testing bug is like the more work than the functional testing bug. What do we need to verify? We got it. What test step we need to do? We got it. What are the pros and cons that can happen? I think we discussed about that. So do you guys know now what are the pros and cons? Do you guys know? What is the challenge can happen to testing both application, both platform?
Yes.
Okay. What do you consider before integration testing? We discussed that. Where to start to verify the integration testing? We covered that. And I think that we covered that because somebody said, and there is issues here, there is issue there is spelling error. Somebody said the whatever is Fahmi that said should it be there, should it not be there? So yes, those kind of you do the exploratory testing because you do not know the requirements, but all you know just the application in general, right? Like if a new vehicle is made up and if someone is giving you to test it, you can test it. Driving is smooth because you're a 8 years driver. Driving is smooth. If you do the turn in, it just makes a noise. You can say, oh, it makes a noise, right? And if you're trying to break it, it's just a bump, right? So as an expert, you are exploring. And that's the reason it's called the exploratory testing. It's not that difficult, it's actually easy. Just looking things how it works. So do the exploratory testing, you need to have a standard amount of the application and the system knowledge on the areas that you are doing the exploratory testing. One more example. If I'm telling you explore the whole Michigan, that's not going to work. If I tell Ashraf, okay, go explore the metro Detroit area, he said, yeah, that's good because he live in this area. So exploratory testing is the areas you are good at, you know, you have some knowledge, you can actually explore it and test it. Oh, the bug is here is simple. Exploratory testing bug is not that complex because you see some issues, just say it and explain it, put the screenshot, you're good to go. Good? Any question? Any question? Do you guys have any question? Hello? Hey guys.
No, boy.
No.
Uh, just a last thing.
Go ahead.
So on the progress board, how is that opened table gonna help? Because every time we close it, it's gonna go back to 0.
Can you repeat again?
So if you go to the progress for Agile LM,
Okay.
and if you scroll all the way, go to the progress. No, on the TS for you.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So scroll all the way down.
Okay.
There's a users open user story, right?
Okay.
So every time you close one, it comes back to 0. Like if you close one, it goes back to the number. Like, is it just to show the functionality of dashboard?
I don't know yet. You guys do that. You guys do. I just open your eyes. I gave you all the approach. You test everything. You create as many like the bug as possible and set up a review meeting with Faria. Then we'll take it from there. If I tell you everything, no magic exists, right? I'm not telling you the magic. I gave you some idea. I open up the dependency idea, precondition idea, do the integration testing. Of course, you guys know the positive, negative, and you guys kind of I got the idea about the exploratory testing, and you guys know the functional testing. So now, if you guys come up with do the deep dive of testing, you guys should able to find out a lot of issues. Issues may be your curiosity, issues may be real, or you may find out design is broken. Literally, all things can happen because we literally developed this only couple days. So we do know that this is the version number 1, and we are looking for your you do the testing and you provide the feedback, and then actually we'll look at it and we'll see how much you understood without looking the requirements, but just knowing the functionality of the both platform, what type of question you are raising, how valid those questions are, and then if your questions valid against the system design, that can happen, how many bug you found, and in this design what actually relevant, what is not relevant, but we put it there. Those all the things you can bring it. If you just spend, everybody spend couple hours, no, maybe 5-6 hours, you can actually do all type of the outcome can come out from you. Is it good, Ashraf? Ashraf, are you good? Okay. So anyone has any other question? I think you're good. We have covered 1.5 hour. Zara, any question?
No, now I'm gonna just look into it more, like what I learned today. Yeah.
That's good. Mahin, any question?
No.
Okay. Aisha, any question? Was it helpful or did you learn anything? I think.
Yeah, it was really helpful. Yeah, I did learn a lot of things, like the new
Okay.
functionalities you added to the Agile ALM.
You did not see many, right? You have not seen there are many.
Yeah.
Farida, do you have one?
No question. I'll look into more.
Okay, good. The Ashraf, any question? No question. Okay. Ashraf, again, Ashraf, do you have any question? Ashraf,
No,
do you
boy,
have
I'm
any
good.
question?
Thank you.
All right. So if you guys, I think you guys, I just tried to give you guys a glimpse, and there is a lot of things you guys can do, and to be expert on it. And from moving forward, any functionality we add from the user end, please feel free to deep dive on the testing and take a little bit time, and then ask the question. Okay, Reza, thank you. Reza, I think you are not. Why you are not able to join? I don't know exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reza, I don't know why you are not able to join, because the 10 people can join. This is the reason we added a maximum. The 10 people can join. We have to check if the existing functionality is working or not. Okay, that's the regression. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. We'll talk about the new topic next time. Until then, thank you.
Good night.
All right. Good night.
Good night, guys. Thank you for joining. Have a good night. Take care.
Free webinar on January 7th, 2023. Get 2 weeks of free trial by joining our courses. Benefits you'll get from us. To know more, feel free to contact us.